Hello and welcome to Rao's IS Mains QIP Program 2020, a system to learn how to write better answer for UPSC examination. So the question reads, the COVID-19 pandemic has shown that states' responsibility in terms of combating against such pandemic is very high. Suggest measures that can strengthen states' capability in mitigating the impact of disasters. You are expected to write this answer in 150 words and this question is of 10 marks. Now, as far as this question is concerned, we need to understand why we have created such a question. Now, when we talk about disaster management covers multiple things and it also covers pandemic. And we have seen that world has seen a global pandemic in the form of COVID-19. And hence, the question that we have created is actually a close simulation of UPSC style of question making. Second important aspect is this particular question is very important from the perspective of coming mains examination. And the interesting aspect is this question focuses not only in the field of disaster management, but it also highlights few important things in terms of our constitution and division of responsibility, which defines the nature of federal structure in India. So we can see that this topic is not only important from the perspective of UPSC style of question making, but is an important theme of Mains 2020. Now we'll be focusing on a very important aspect in terms of what is the requirement of the question. And whenever we say what is the requirement of the question, we focus on the demand aspect. Here the question is actually very straightforward. It says suggest measures. So we'll be focusing on what kind of measures can be suggested for combating this problem. And in this context, we'll be focusing on the structure of the question. So in this case, we'll identify what can act as an intro, what should be the part of body, and what should be the part of conclusion. Now, the objective of the discussion is to help you empower to handle questions which UPSC might throw at you. At the same time, the best representation in terms of what is the expectation of UPSC and how to write a best answer in the given situation is to use a sample answer as well. So in this context, we'll be focusing on the sample answer that we have prepared for this particular question. And we'll try to understand why we have used various dimensions as highlighted in the question. This will also be important in terms of developing a balanced approach in terms of presenting your ideas as per the requirement of the question. Now, whenever we go for any kind of sample answers, we also need to highlight that there is a point of review as well. Now, review is important in terms of a checklist. You should have a checklist of your own, which will help you in understanding that you have satisfied all the basic necessary conditions that UPSC expects you to write within 7 to 10 minutes in the actual examination. So we'll share that review aspect with you as well. Now let's go to the next slide. As highlighted very briefly that this question is important from the perspective of examination. But at the same time, we need to understand this particular topic falls under the category of disaster management and the topic reads disaster and disaster management. This particular question is actually focusing on disaster management. And in this case, it again focuses on administration, governance, and polity. So we'll try to club the ideas that are highlighted in all three aspects to present a balanced view towards this question. Now we need to understand that whatever we try to create is actually a simulation of previous years. So in this case, we have seen that in the year 2019, UPSC has asked two questions which somewhere focused on similar kind of ideas. First question 2019, that is vulnerability is an essential element for defining disaster impacts and its threat to people. So you can see here vulnerability is focused and then they have defined how and in what ways can vulnerability to disasters be characterized, discuss different types of vulnerability with reference to disasters. So you can see that similar kind of an approach which can help us in gravitating towards a question towards COVID-19 can be referred from these previous year questions. Again, 2019 question, disaster preparedness is the first step in any disaster management process. Again, when we talk about this particular question, it again focuses on disaster management preparedness. And that is why this question is a wonderful mix of what we have seen in terms of syllabus, what we have seen in terms of current affairs, and what we have seen in the previous year papers. So now we are in a better position to understand that why we have created such a question. The question is actually very simple to answer. First and foremost, disaster caused by the COVID-19 pandemic is an example in itself, and the entire world is suffering from this particular problem. Many countries are under lockdown, and this has caused new level of miseries for people of these countries. Second, when you talk about the Indian context, role of the center as well as states in COVID-19 pandemic has come to fore. And we need to understand that states are very important tool in terms of implementing whatever is done by centers. Apart from that, states should be actively participating in the plan made by the center, and hence this again is very important from that perspective. Next important aspect is why the state should be empowered to fight the COVID-19 type of pandemics. Now, try to understand that we are talking about COVID-19 pandemic and how to fight against that. At the same time, please pay attention to the language of the question. The question says that suggest measures that can strengthen states' capability in mitigating the impact of disasters. So we are not limiting ourselves in terms of COVID-19. We are trying to use this as a starting point for us in terms of our disaster preparedness so that we can fight with other kind of pandemic with equal ease. And that is what the idea is. Now, before moving further, let's try to basically understand what is COVID-19 and how it is important from the perspective of current affairs. Now, we know that since October 2019, the entire world is suffering from the infection of COVID-19, which started from first China. As the disease is highly contagious in nature, and hence, in order to stop its spread, many countries are under lockdown. So when we talk about lockdown, all types of lockdown were being implemented. The states have found it difficult to combat this pandemic, and this has led to immense economic burden on the countries, and it has jeopardized the lives and livelihood of millions across the world. Indian economy is badly impacted by COVID-19, and states machinery has almost collapsed for the want of funds. So in this context, we need to understand why we need to strengthen our states, why states are important in combating COVID-19 pandemic situation, and what can be suggested or done in this scenario. So this is the important aspect. Now, this is a very brief idea about the COVID-19 pandemic and the kind of damage it has caused. At the same time, if you want to learn more about this topic, we have covered this topic in great detail, the same topic, on 22nd of April 2020. There was an article on Hindu which was analyzed properly in this particular reference, and it has highlighted the key strategy is the physical empowerment of states. Here we can see that COVID-19, its impact on center state, the cooperative federalism, public health and order, central government's role as an enabler, coordinator and facilitator, and what kind of requirement states have in order to combat such an issue has been discussed in detail. You can refer to this particular analysis and you can go through this topic discussion so as to understand more about this topic. Now, when we talk about this COVID-19 pandemic, this has impact on many dimensions. Another dimension in which we have talked about migrant policies also being discussed in the same DNS, that is 22nd of April 2020. So we need to understand that whenever we talk about COVID-19 pandemic, we need to have preset ideas for various topics or stakeholders. So in this case, states is important here. In other case, migrant policies or people who are workers in various other states are important, and we need to understand their role as well. And hence, covering this aspect from the perspective of current affairs is very important from the perspective of coming mains examination. Now let's try to focus our attention on decoding the question. Now, when we talk about decoding the question, the point is to highlight the key terms. So in the question, we'll be focusing on the key terms. So first key term is COVID-19 pandemic has shown that states' responsibility in terms of combating against such pandemic is very high. So what we want to decode in this case, we'll be focusing on states' responsibility. So we know that there's a union and there's a state, and we are focusing on the kind of problems and the responsibility of the states. Second important aspect, which is actually question tag, that is suggest measures that can strengthen states' capability in mitigating the impact of disasters. So the focus has to be suggest measures. We have a situation or scenario already in hand, and that has to be dealt with. So when we suggest measures, what we actually do? We do mention an idea, which can be a possible plan or action for other people to consider. Now, the moment we put across this particular idea, we know that this is an opportunity to present your ideas. Whatever you have learned from various sources, you can highlight that. At the same time, your ideas should be based on the reason and should solve the problem at hand. They should not create other problem which is difficult to handle, and hence this particular aspect has to be understood. Now, we have seen that what COVID-19 question is all about. We have understood what needs to be done, and now we'll be focusing on a sample answer which will focus on the basic structure of the question, that is intro, body and conclusion. But we need to understand how we can actually create a wonderful introduction, body and conclusion. Now let's try to understand that briefly. We can have this structure in our mind that whenever we are going to write a question, what we are going to write in the intro part. Now the intro part in this case should highlight the need for the greater participation of the states for fighting the pandemic or any disaster. Now please try to understand, the question actually assumes that states' responsibility is high and hence states' empowerment is the order of the day, and hence we are accepting this situation as it is. We are not going to counter the situation, and that is what is being reflected in the introduction part. This can be highlighted by indicating the nature of responsibility of the states toward people. And when we are highlighting this responsibility, we can take help of the Constitution as such. This will give legal validity to our ideas. Second important part, in the case of body, we shall be focusing on what measures. So here the liberty of presenting your ideas becomes very important. So what measures should be taken to empower the states so that they have a robust system to take care of COVID-19 like pandemics. Try to understand that we are trying to create a situation in which the states are empowered to take care of other factors or other pandemics as well. Last but not least, we'll be focusing on conclusion. Now try to understand that we have already highlighted that the examiner has somewhere assumed that states have high responsibility and they should be strengthened, and hence our conclusion should also be in that particular direction, and hence why empowering the states is a step in the right direction, that has to be narrated in the part of conclusion. So this is the broad structure of the answer that we can present for this particular scenario. Now idea is to present these ideas in a forceful manner, in an emphatic manner, in a structured manner, and to ensure that you present your ideas as per the requirement of the examination. Now we know that there are multiple ways to write answers. Now we are going to take up a sample answer in which we'll highlight some of the points that we have discussed here. So let's move to the sample answer. Now you can see that in the intro part we have focused on few things. First and foremost, we have focused on India acts as a cooperative federalism, and hence there is a distribution of responsibilities between the center and the states. Now the idea of introducing this particular line is very simple. We are trying to actually demarcate the responsibility between the center and states. In Indian scenario, since we are looking at a cooperative federalism, we will be focusing on distribution of responsibility through list. In the case of center, it will be union list, and in case of state, it would be state list. Now we can see that during COVID-19 pandemic, it has been seen that the state's responsibility is high, as public health, which is item 6, and public order, which is item 1, allocates higher responsibility to the states. So somewhere we have justified the idea of the examiner that why this is the right approach in this case of empowering the states. So we have highlighted that whenever we talk about any kind of pandemics, the responsibility of the state must be very high. We have already highlighted that when we talk about pandemic, it deals with two aspects. First and simple one is the health, and the second would be related to public order. Now the another aspect which is derived from this particular scenario is that when we focus on these two dimensions, we know that these two dimensions require financial support, and hence what we have done, we've actually paved the way in terms of empowering states through finance and other mechanisms. So this is the intro that we have suggested for this particular question. We have exhausted around 48 words, but Pay attention to the kind of keywords that we have highlighted. The keyword of cooperative federalism, the keyword of list. We have also highlighted the item, that is the entries in the state list through public health and public order. So we have presented our idea in a very strong fashion in this case. Now let's focus on the second aspect, that is body aspect, where we will write the measures. Now this becomes actually very easy because we have defined the problem very clearly. So the measures are very easy to define. First and foremost, we have clearly stated that financial powers is required in terms of state's strength to fight pandemic. Second important aspect that we have highlighted is the compulsory participation in national plan for disaster management. Now, since we have talked about the federal structure, in federal structure, both center and state have almost like equal partnership in managing the affairs of the state. Now, in this context, participation of the state would ensure that specific problems of particular states are handled in a better fashion. For example, when we talk about today's scenario, we know that Maharashtra is suffering from COVID-19 in a big way. Now, this particular state would require more resources, and hence their say in the national plan for their particular state should be more. Another important aspect is it highlights the problem of budgetary allocation for health, which is currently at 1.3% only. So we need to increase it to 3 to 5% just to ensure that we are ready for pandemic-like situation as we have seen the COVID-19. Some technical aspects that we have highlighted in this answer is enhancing the fiscal deficit limit for the states to 5% of gross state's domestic product. Now we know that because of the Fiscal Responsibility Amendment Bill, the states have the responsibility to limit their fiscal deficit, and hence this particular situation needs to be catered. In a disaster-like situation, states should have more freedom. Another simple aspect that has been suggested through measures is that states should be allowed to approach the Finance Commission. Now we know that Finance Commission basically works as an agent which suggests measures to distribute the resources between the center and the states. And when we talk about COVID-19 like pandemic, the states would require additional funds or grants during this pandemic situation. And hence this measure is also very suggested. So we can see that we have highlighted the federal structure, we have highlighted the financial problems, we have highlighted the legal responsibilities of the obligation, and we have highlighted the institutional aspect in terms of Finance Commission, where we have clearly stated what can be done to strengthen the states. Again, we have utilized around 61 words, so 49 and 60, we have utilized around 110 words to present our ideas. Now, focus in this situation is to put your points very clearly as pointers only. You do not have the liberty to write paragraphs. And once you have introduced your question by understanding the situation completely, mentioning everything in the terms of points is a very smart way of putting across your idea. Now, we need to finish with a good conclusion. Now, the conclusion says that the states are close to the ground realities. Now, it actually justifies the reason for more allocation of resources to the states. Why? Because they are closer to ground realities and they have the twin responsibility of protecting the lives and livelihoods of its residents, and economic revival is also executed through them. And hence, states should be strengthened so that they can shoulder their responsibility well. Now here it clearly says that when we talk about the center and the union, the state's responsibility in the day-to-day life of an individual or a worker is much higher in terms of impact value. Second important aspect that this particular conclusion has highlighted is the economic revival. So in the future, when the country is coming out of the COVID-19 pandemic, then the responsibility of a state is again higher in terms of various welfare measures in order to execute various programs, and hence more funds should be allocated. So you can see that in this fashion we have covered all the relevant aspects in terms of social issues, in terms of legal issues, in terms of institutional issues, and in terms of the polity of this country to combat this disaster, to answer this question correctly. And this is how you can also write your answers. Now we should highlight that there are multiple ways to write answers. This particular answer was pretty straightforward and hence alternative approaches are not suggested. You can learn from this particular answer and you can write your own answers and get them evaluated from our teachers. This will help you in understanding what needs to be done in order to ace in the examination. Now, before moving further in terms of closing the session, we need to understand what we have done right. So first and foremost question that should come into mind is, does the answer address the demand of the question? Yes, we have discussed this thing in detail. We have understood what examiner has assumed, what examiner wants to put across, and in this fashion we have done few things very right. Now, as far as the key terms are concerned, we have highlighted cooperative federalism, we have highlighted state list with various entries, entry 6 and entry 1. We have somehow talked about National Trust Amendment Authority, we have talked about states, GDP, Fiscal Responsibility Amendment Act, and Finance Commission. So we have used various key terms and subject vocabulary, and we have actually highlighted the problem in introduction as well as in body very clearly. And the last important aspect is the question is of current concern, and we have related it to the constitutional, political, and institutional aspect. So we have covered all the important and relevant dimensions of this particular question. Now, the last part that we need to understand is that how well we have presented our ideas. So we can see that we have done a wonderful intro, which very clearly highlighted the need of strengthening the states. When we talk about the body, it clearly stated the measures, and the measures were all comprehensive in nature. And third important aspect, we highlighted in the conclusion that this is the requirement. We have justified the need of empowering the state, and somewhere this particular idea has been dealt with. Now, here there were little scope of headings or subheadings, and hence suggested measures is defined clearly, keywords was defined clearly, and since it was a 150 words question, we have gone for simple and short sentences which removed the chances of grammatical errors. We have utilized around 160 words, so somewhere we have done justice to the word limit as well, which was 150 words. So in this fashion, you can see that this particular question can be answered. So what we would suggest is to write your answers, get them evaluated, and see how you improve over a period of time in terms of writing better answers. Now, please understand one very important thing, that when you are going for the examination, you are having 7 to 10 minutes to write down your answer, and this is not an easy task. So in this context, what you need to do, you need to practice as much as possible. Remove all your doubts and try to understand where you can ace as well. We at Rouse IAS will help you at every single step.